Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Primal here with Mask Tactical and the Warrior Tribe, where we get you further, faster in life and take you from average to savage in your preparedness. Today we're going to be diving into the gear sector. I got something cool to show you guys. We're going to be taking a look at the Mira safety gas mask. This thing is badass. I really dig it. And stick around because you guys are gonna get to see one of our tribe members get gassed with some Fox Labs 5.3 pepper spray grenades, and it's pretty fun. So stay tuned and we'll dive right into it. Alright guys, first things first, we're going to dive into this box and see what's on the inside, and I'm just going to break it down and give you my first feel impressions of it. But first, let's take a look at this box. This is pretty dope packaging, to be honest with you. They got an awesome logo, awesome design work, and all that kind of stuff. Really good looking box, but you know, obviously you guys aren't here for the box. Instructions. Read your instructions, guys. You don't want to mess up when it comes to a gas mask. So make sure you follow your instructions as far as use goes, but we'll talk a little bit more about use throughout this video. So first thing, obviously instructions. Second thing, we got the mask. Next thing, we've got the canteen, and then some kind of little plastic thing here. I am not totally sure what this little guy is. Hang on to it just in case. So let's get this out of the way. You guys aren't here for the packaging. There it is. All right, so we got the mask and we've got a canteen here. Now, one of the really big factors and features for me right out of the box with this mask is the fact that it is hydration compatible. Now, this is a feature that you're not really going to find in a lot of other masks out there, specifically masks in this price range. I don't know about you guys, but I would never want to be in a chemical attack situation and need to hydrate but not be able to because I would have to take my mask off to do so. So that's a big one for me. You know, and I'm not saying that this is the end-all be-all gas mask out there. There's definitely higher priced options and better quality options out there if you're willing to spend that money. But, you know, hey, if you're looking to get prepared for a chemical attack on a budget, I think the Mira safety gas mask here is going to be a solid option for you. So the way that this hydration system works is that it's got a tube that runs along the outside of the mask and snakes up to the earpiece. Up near the ear, you'll find a little metal little catch right there, and it just hooks on. And so you just disconnect that, you take the hose cover off, and that's going to connect straight into your canteen here. Just like this. Connect your canteen anytime you want to get a drink, take it back off, pop it back up on that hook to store it away when you're done drinking. Alternatively, if you want to run with a larger water source, you can actually connect this hose straight into a Camelback line. So it is Camelback compatible, so that's another really awesome point there to it. So that hose connects into the bottom of the mask, and then it comes up through a little tube on the inside of here. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's just right down in there, just a little tiny tube, and that's just going to sit right in front of your mouth. All right, so let's talk about the filters now. You can run with 1 or 2 filters on this thing. You've got your inhalation chamber down here at the bottom. You connect one filter onto this side, and you connect the other filter onto this side. You'll notice that this side doesn't actually have a cap on it. And the reason being is because you're going to have to obviously run with at least 1 filter, and when you're running with only 1 filter, you need something to plug the other side. So if you want to run with 2 filters, you just unscrew that little cap right there, and you can plug one into both sides. So I am running the Draeger RD40 filters here. I've got 2 of them, and I think it's important that you run with 2 filters if you've got the ability to do so. Number 1 being it's actually going to increase the duration of time that you're able to wear the mask because you've now got 2 filters instead of 1. And number 2 being it's actually going to increase the airflow coming into the mask, allowing you to breathe easier because you've got 2 entry points for air instead of 1. Now, the way these filters work, it's actually really straightforward. All you've got to do is pop off that cap. You're going to pop off the aperture cap. Now, that is your aperture hole right there. that is where the airflow is going to be coming into the inhalation chamber. So it's going to come through the filter, it's going to filter out all the bad chemicals and all of that stuff, and then it's going to go into the inhalation chamber and therefore into your body. Now, when you're putting these things into the mask, you just want to gently screw them in there. And it's important that you should probably practice screwing these things in while the mask is on your head in case you ever wanted to change filters on the go. That way, if you had one filter that was going bad and you needed to change the other one, you could change it without having to take the mask off. So I think you should definitely practice putting the filters on while the mask is actually on your head. It's a little bit difficult because you can't really see where you're putting the filters at, but you'll get the hang of it pretty quick. Okay, so before we put this thing on and check out the fitment, let's talk about it for a minute. So what you're working with here is a really high visibility face mask. There's a lot of space there, so you're not gonna have super limited vision. You're actually gonna have really good peripheral vision out of this mask, and that's a pretty awesome feature in my opinion. You know, gas masks are traditionally very bad for inhibiting your vision, and to have a big wide field of vision like that, that's pretty awesome. Another awesome feature about this mask is that it has a mouth guard on the inside here. You'll see down inside here, your mouth and your nose is actually going to be covered. So what that means is that you're not going to have a lot of issues, or any issue for that matter, with the mask actually fogging up. And that's a big problem with a lot of other masks out there. I can't tell you how many that I've worn in the past that fogged up on me. So to have that, that's a really big feature, especially if you're trying to operate weapons. You know, if your mask fogs up on you while you're trying to operate a weapon system, then, you know, that's just bad for business as well. So that's pretty awesome. So you've got 5 actual connection points here for the harness. And so 2 on the sides and 1 up top, and all you've got to do is pull this little pull tab right here, and that will tighten it to your head. So let's go ahead and put this thing on. Let's test out the fitment and see how it feels. Okay, so I'm not gonna lie to you guys, there's a lot of masks out there that have pretty complex harness setups, and you know, they're a little bit confusing to figure out how to get them on properly and get them on fast, because whenever a gas attack happens, it's seconds that you need to be able to react. So to get this thing on fast, what you want to do is just basically make some knife hands, and you're just going to dive into this thing and swim through the straps, and you're just going to keep them on the outside of your hands like so. Then you're just going to take the mask, raise it up, stretch it out, and pull it over your face. Now, when you're in here, make sure that your nose and your mouth get properly seated into this inhalation chamber, and then you want to tighten up your straps. You've got 2 straps here, you've got 2 straps down low, and you've got 1 strap up top. So now that that's nice and secure, it feels comfortable, it's not too loose. Now we got to check and make sure that we've got a good seal with our filters. So to make sure that this thing's working properly, all you got to do is cover up your aperture holes and try to breathe. So you can either do that with the little cap that it comes with, or you can just use your hands. I like to just use my hands. So I'm just going to take that, cover up the aperture ports, I'm going to exhale, and then I'm going to try to inhale. And when I inhale, you should see this mask suck tighter to my face. If it does that, that's what we're looking for. We want to make sure that it's got a good, proper seal. So inhalation will be impossible if it's got a good, tight seal. So let's go ahead and cover it up. So as you can see there, when I tried to breathe in, it sucked tighter to my face. So I know that I've got a good, proper seal, but even so, I might still go ahead and make sure, you know, that these are nice and snug in there. Go ahead and double check it. It never hurts to double check these kinds of things. Another cool thing that I really like about this mask is that it's got a built-in speech diaphragm. So I'm not sure how well you were able to hear me just now, but it should have been okay considering I had a gas mask completely sealed around my face. So that speech diaphragm really helps out a lot when it comes to being able to be audible and communicate with your team. If, you know, say other people around you are in gas masks as well, being able to communicate effectively with each other is critical. Okay guys, so to test this mask out, we're actually gonna head over to one of our warehouses that we like to film at. I've got my buddy Doug. He's actually one of our tribesmen. He's coming out with me. He shaved his face just for you guys, just to help me test out this mask, and he's gonna let me gas him out with some Fox Labs 5.3 pepper spray grenades. One of them is going to be gassing him without the mask on, just to show you guys how potent it is, and the other one is going to be testing out this mask's effectiveness at deflecting or filtering out that pepper spray. So Doug, we got a question to ask you.
All right, go ahead.
I wanted to wait till we got out here, but what do you think the chances are that you'll let us gas you without the mask on one time, just to see how potent this stuff is?
See how it goes with the mask first. We'll go from there.
So let's talk pros and cons. This mask is compliant under EN 136 CL3 standards for respiratory protective devices. It's also got the large visor with a very wide field of view. It's made of butyl rubber, which means that it meets the material specifications for CBRN protection. It comes standard with a speech diaphragm and a pre-installed drinking system with an external canteen, and it's compatible with Camelback water bladders. It fits standard 40mm filter cartridges, which are widely available. It fits up to 2 filter cartridges simultaneously, increasing the time that you can go without changing the filters and making it easier to breathe under physical exertion, or for people with smaller lung capacity, such as kids. When it comes to the cons, there's really not a whole lot to say. The only thing that's really worth mentioning is that it's not NIOSH CBRN approved, so it would limit the professional use in the USA. Most government agencies require this approval for respiratory devices as part of OSHA standards if they're going to be using the mask as part of their workplace PPE. It's definitely great to have, but having it or not having it does not really determine the quality. It just means that it went through and passed a certain series of tests here in the US. Okay, so I tried to film that. Obviously he's the one that's got the mask. I tried to film that, and it's fucking me up a little bit right now. Shit, I walked in there to try to get some closer up shots, and I didn't think it was gonna mess with me too bad. I got pretty close to it and I wasn't feeling much, and then I got just a little bit closer and started inhaling, and it just got me pretty good. So I definitely felt it, but he didn't feel anything, so that's a good test of the mask so far. Still not feeling anything at all? No, he ain't even coughed once yet, so I would say that's pretty successful. Oh shit.
You can see I'm breathing fine too. I'm not
So
success.
Yeah, success. Do the Darth Vader breathing. It sounds just like it. All right, guys, I don't know where my smog's at, but I got a pink towel, so that works too. Doug, how you feeling? You ready for this?
Oh yeah.
All right, so Doug is gonna take this here Fox pepper spray, and he's gonna gas himself without the mask on. So let's give him a round of applause. Doug's doing this just for you guys, so be sure to drop a comment and let him know how much of a badass he is. We got the water at the ready, and I guess the Doug's at the ready too. So how you feeling, Doug? How you feeling?
Boy, look, here's my breath. It's hard to breathe. Every time you inhale. Oh man. Whew. Nothing like pepper spray to clear the sinuses. Oh, And that's used to like stop riots and crap, man. Woo, that's potent. Woo. I didn't agree to this until just now, guys. This is, you know.
What?
I said I didn't agree to this until just now. I didn't know about any of this. Hell, dude. Oh, that thing. It lingers. Woo. All right. It's like it doesn't go away, man.
How you feeling?
It doesn't go away. It doesn't go. You wait a minute, you think you're good, and it burns again.
This towel's working pretty good, guys.
The military grade ones I've tried and put on my face from like surpluses, they don't suction very well and you get a lot of fog. That's one thing that I really liked about this mask is it does not fog. It's rather nice. If you look in the inside, it's got a cup for your mouth and your nose so you don't even hit plastic visor.
So guys, at the end of the day, in conclusion, when it all boils down, I think that you're getting the best bang for your buck with this Mira Safety CM-6M gas mask here. When it comes to CBRN certified masks, it meets all the material specifications to protect you from CBRN threats. So if you're not protected for those kinds of things, you definitely need to consider picking up one of these, if not multiple, for everybody in your family with some extra filters. Prep them up because you do not want to be caught in a chemical attack situation and not be prepared. We've seen it in the past throughout different parts of the globe. Chemical attacks are very, very disgusting. They're super nasty. You do not want to mess around with it, so you need to get protected. To pick up a mask of similar quality and capabilities as this thing at comparable places like Draeger or Avon or Mistel, you're looking at paying $450 to $750 for a comparable mask. So this mask right here puts you right in the budget price range, so pretty much anybody should be able to pick this thing up and get protected. This mask is used by military throughout Europe and in the Middle East, so if it's good enough for military purposes, you know it's going to be good enough for you. So guys, that's going to do it for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please smash that like button for me. And hey, if you're new here, please consider subscribing. We put out all kinds of new survival education and training videos all the time, as well as daily vlogs. So if you like what you see, it would mean the world to me if you subscribed, and consider joining the tribe if you want to take your survivability up to that next level. So guys, that's pretty much all I got for today. We got a lot of new content coming up, so I hope you're ready for it. Till next time, I'm Primal with Mass Tactical, and we'll see you in the next video.
Oh, dude. Put it this way, I'll be ready next time I get gas if that ever happens. Seriously, man, you sit and wait a little while, it comes back.